Okay, so we are unofficially starting the summer travel season with Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, AAA is expecting a potential record-breaking weekend. It's all because of you heading out here. We have 12 News journalist Troy Lynch. He is in Phoenix. He's along the 10 this morning and sharing some tips on how to make your trip a nice, smooth ride. Troy?
Yeah, good morning, Emma and Justin. I don't know if these people on the road right now on the 10 are trying to get an early start to Memorial Day. Maybe they are just going to work, but the freeways look really smooth right now, at least from the vantage point that we have right now. But AAA expecting over 45 million Americans traveling this weekend, over 50 miles, which is over 1.5 million than what they saw last year. So that could potentially break a 20-year record. So yes, very good idea to stay prepared if you're going to be hitting the road this holiday weekend. Now, this is interesting. 87% of Memorial Day travelers will be driving or traveling by car. So, luckily, the Arizona Department of Transportation says there are no state highway closures over the weekend. However, one thing to kind of note, if you're heading north on the I-17, there is work being done. They're widening 15 miles of roadways, and those are being made between Anthem Way and Sunset Point near the Maricopa and Yavapai County border. Now, there are 8 miles of flex lanes, but it might not be as fast as it normally is. Now, it doesn't matter where you're going, especially on Friday and Monday afternoon. ADOT is expecting the roads to be busy during those peak times and recommends giving yourself extra time. Check your car's tire pressure and engine fluid levels. Don't drive fatigued or impaired. And if you're towing something or being towed, don't drag chains and try to not stop your car in areas with grass or brush, because those hot areas on your car could easily start wildfires. So let's say you're taken to the skies though. AAA expects over 3.6 million air passengers, which is up by 2% from last year. So Sky Harbor giving some tips on how to make flying as easy as possible at their airport. Obviously arrive early, but they emphasize planning ahead for parking. That is a biggie. And if that's taken care of, hopefully so will you. Now remember, your real ID or federally compliant ID, so there are no unexpected delays. If you don't have either of those things, then you'll have to go into another line, get checked out, and that could take up to 30 minutes. So if you are hitting the road this weekend, maybe you're trying to have a staycation somewhere else in Arizona, AAA has some good tips on what you should keep in your car. Obviously, some extra water, some healthy snacks, maybe a hat, some sunscreen, and a fully charged cell phone. That is very important. I teased a little bit just an hour ago some of the popular destinations where you can go to here in Arizona. When doing some research, you get the pretty obvious answers of going up to Flagstaff, maybe Sedona, hitting up the Grand Canyon. Those could be popular times and maybe not as hot. But then also, if you're trying to stay a little bit more local, guys, for my answer, I think the Salt River is probably going to be very popular floating down this weekend. Then also, we do kind of have a beach. You can go to Revel Surf Park in Mesa and learn how to surf or maybe do some cliff jumping. So that is one of the few ways you could stay cool. But Emma and Justin, you're going to have to give me some other tips on where other Arizonans can go if they want to stay in state.